Welcome. This is James John Kirby, and today I thought I would bring you something on the topic of Cleromancy, but more specifically on the subject of the I Ching. There is a lot of information out there on the I Ching, and I would only be contributing to it and adding to it, but more specifically what I plan on focusing on is how to do the divination techniques of the I Ching. Now, the I Ching has been around for over 2,000 years, and it originated in China. It first started off with the use of yarrow sticks and counting 64 sticks to get an answer. Today, and probably in the past 1,000 years or so, they started using coins. So coins are the most prevalent form of doing the I Ching divination. The more rare form is the use of dice and the hexagrams written on these kind of conical dice, but it's fairly rare to find these type of divination, I Ching type of tools. So more than likely you'll find coins. And you can use any variety of coins from pennies to quarters to other nationality quarters. But what I will be focusing primarily on is how to do a divination or fortune telling with the I Ching. You might have seen it on several occasions where it's the yin yang with several lines stacked on top of each other, some broken and some solid. It is on the national flag of South Korea. It is on a lot of things. So I would only be adding to the information. And today I'm going to use coins. And these are I Ching coins that are 2 inches large. When tossing the I Ching coins, there are 4 possible probability chances of them landing to interpretate each line. If the coins fall heads, heads, tails, then that means it is a broken line. If you toss the coins and they land heads, tails, tails, then that is a solid line. If the coins are tossed and they land tails, 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 then that is a broken line, but it is a changing line. If you toss the coins and they land heads, heads, and heads, then that is a solid line, and that is also a changing line. Now I will demonstrate how to do an actual I Ching divination reading. When you start to write down the lines for your hexagram, you want to start from the bottom and work your way up to the top. You want a total of 6 lines going to the top. Now I will take the coins and I will toss them to find out what type of line it will be. We have the heads, tails, tails, and from that it is a solid line. For the next toss, we have a changing line of tails or heads, heads, heads. And with that, we also have a solid line for the changing line. We have heads, heads, heads. Again, that is a solid line. We have heads, heads, tails, and that is a broken line. We have heads, tails, tails, and that is a solid line. We have heads, tails, heads, and that is a broken line. This would be your following answer to your I Ching reading of these coins. These coins have provided the entire answer to the divination by these 6 lines. And through these 6 lines, I will now go and search within the book of hexagrams of what these hexagrams mean and what number it is. And once I have done that, I will tell you exactly what the divination reading says. The I Ching is probably one of the most instinctual and most philosophical divination techniques that exists. There have been millions of books that have been written on this subject and different answers that are available. The best solution in trying to decide what each hexagram is trying to convey to your answer or to the person that you're doing the divination reading for is to spot those specific words that really stand out when you look for answers concerning your hexagram. There are 64 definitive answers for each hexagram that can be tossed and produced through the I Ching coins. From this specific one, this is hexagram number 5. And for hexagram number 5, we look at from the bottom to the top. This is Kian, the first 3, and the next 3 from the top is Kan. And from this, you would look up to find out, okay, I need to find the first 3 lines and then the second 3 lines, but you need to do it from the bottom to the top. Now, this specific hexagram is about patience and attending and waiting. And it discusses things like in good time, success will be manifested. This is a time also for quiet contemplations and considerations for the future, kind of like attending to a plant and hoping to get it to grow for many, many years. And this is also a description of being consistent and persistent and perseverance. And patience can also be a powerful thing. So this is the type of answer that the I Ching provides to some degree. But exclusively, it deals with the idea of patience and waiting and cultivating and then growing and developing and then finally succeeding. That said, the I Ching is best interpreted in the way that the reader wants to interpret it. From this hexagram, there are 2 different sections, and the bottom section, trigram, deals with heaven, and from that comes a powerful force and creativity. So this is what you would first read into the first bottom 3. And then in the top trigram, it deals with water. And in that water, you need to look at a gorge, or enlarging, or holding, or growing. So the generalization of the reading in itself allows for open interpretation. But the standard within the reading would be an issue of patience and things you need to consider along those lines with whatever question that was posed for this I Ching reading. Thank you for watching, and I hope this answers a couple of easy questions about the I Ching. It's more of an abridged version that deals with the divination process and less so about the philosophical and Taoist aspects of yin and yang and the trigrams and how they affect that. You'll see it in many Asian cultures, so exclusively in the Far East and in China, Korea, and especially South Korea with their flag, and in Japan. Thank you for watching. If you like my videos and you want to see more, hit like and subscribe. You can find me at Facebook and Instagram at JYK113077. You can also find me at Twitter at James Young Kirby. Thank you for watching.